Hello friends, I'm Kayla. Welcome to another quarterly update. That just sounded like I was trying to broadcast the news. This is the second one of the year. And the first one, I reorganized things from last year and I really like dividing it into sections. So we're gonna do it again. Let me grab my notes. First, we're gonna go through all the videos that I did and my stats, and then my favorites, my 5 favorites, my 5 least favorites, and then a little community section, a Q&A, anything that's come up, any creators that I've been loving their content, recommending you some videos. Okay, let's talk stats. I read 55 books in total. It was 20, 15, and 20, and I found 4 new 5-star reads, 4 new favorites, which is a little more than once a month, so I guess that's okay. 17 4 stars, 28 3 stars, but a lot of my 3 stars were high 3 stars. There was quite a few 3.5s. There was 6 2 stars and no 1-star reads. Can you believe it? My average rating for the quarter, the first time around, was a 3.57. I've been talking about how I want to move it up to a 3.7. I really want to get to a 3.7 because I feel like those are the years I look back on and I think I enjoyed my reading year. But this quarter is a 3.56. So we've gone down, but barely, and there's room, lots of room for improvement. I listened to 4 books exclusively on audio, but I did 25 as like a mix. So, you know, sometimes the audio, sometimes the physical, and then 26 books completely physically, mostly authors that were new to me. And then mostly books I bought brand new, but I did read 10 things off of my physical TBR that I've had for months or years, so that's great. 14 books from the library, 3 books I was sent. I did 1 reread apparently. I'm missing so much. Like everything I got from the library almost is missing, and then I don't know where that book is, and I cannot care because I'm about to leave on a trip and I want to make sure I film this before I go. Genre-wise, fantasy was the top one, then fiction, and then I had a sprinkling of everything else. Horror and sci-fi, some historical, some anthologies. Those are the vibes. Now let's go through all of the videos that I posted if I can remember them. So sometimes I go in order of like least to most. I can't do that today. I did one video where Libby chose my TBR. I read 4 things. My favorite from that video was If an Egyptian Cannot Speak English. I did a video about dragon books. I'm missing some of them. My favorite from this video, did I end up with anything over 3 stars? In fact, no. I posted a video where I read some books recommended to me and then a short story collection. I had a couple 4 stars from that. It Lasts Forever and Then It's Over, and then Be Gay Do Crime. This one was 3 different videos, the Buzzword Reading Challenge. I did 3 episodes and I read 6 books. And my favorite from here was a 5-star, An Ornithologist Field Guide to Love. I did a video where I took a month off from filming what I was reading to see just like what I would be in the mood to read and how I would do things differently, I guess. And my favorite, I think I read all of these in that video. My favorite from this stack was Deep Cuts, which was just over a 4. My most recent vlog and spin-off for my channel besties was about reading their favorites as they relate to my identity, like as a Canadian, as an Enneagram 8, as an Aries. And my favorite from all of these was To Be Taught If Fortunate by Becky Chambers. I did a video where I was reflecting on a vlog I did 10 years ago and reading as much as I could in 24 hours. And I might have read one more thing, but my favorite from all of them was We the Animals, which was a 4-star. Oh, then I did a video that I don't think I have a single book from. Maybe they were all from the library, and it was when Reddit was deciding my reads. I did a video last year. This year I did the follow-up, and I don't think I loved anything in that. Then this stack was all just books that I read kind of on my own time. They were for book club stuff or they were just for me. And my favorite from this stack was Feast While You Can. Now we'll get into my favorites, although I already just told you all of them. I don't even need to pitch these. I feel like I make enough content about all of these things that I'll just tell you quickly what they were, just as a reminder or something. In my number 1 position of the entire year so far, not just this quarter, is To Be Taught If Fortunate by Becky Chambers. It was warm, it was inviting, it was sciencey, perfect time. In the next spot is The Ornithologist Field Guide to Love by India Holton. Historical, romance, banter, silly. In the 3rd spot, maybe, yeah. Feast While You Can by Michaela Clements and Anjali Dada is sapphic mess with a side of possession horror. In the fourth spot, If an Egyptian Cannot Speak English by Noor Naga. Two characters from different places with a lot of similarities they find, written in an interesting way. And in the fifth spot has to be Immaculate Conception. Although I am going back and forth between, like, this maybe was a 4.5. So these are maybe tied. This one gets science fiction, horror, weird mind stuff. And this one, actually they're both about art. This one about music and the dynamics, messy dynamics between two people. Should they be together? Should they not? Least favorites, okay. Probably number one is The Great BBL by Emily Henry. It was underwhelming. It tried to do too much in too little pages. In the second spot is The Magicians, which I don't have if I wanted to be in the mind of a pompous, misogynistic man and just hear his thoughts for hours. I would, you know, tune into politics more often. Third spot, The Baby Dragon Cafe. This just did not live up to its own potential. In the fourth spot, Cassandra in Reverse. It just wasn't for me, but I think objectively this is a fine book. Just the obsessive, exhausting time in this woman's head accomplished its goals, but wasn't for me. It's kind of like reading House of Leaves again, where you're stuck in a labyrinth and you get the point of it, but you don't want to be there. Daisy Jones and the Six, just because I am surprised by how beloved this is. Now, some creator videos that I want to highlight. I want to tell you some things that I've been loving. I talked about last time how I feel like BookTube's in a slump, and me included, and the creative videos are few and far between. So Sunny did a video about reading books about Sunny. So definitely tune into that. Below the Fray, I've really been liking his channel. There was this one just really interesting video that was a critique of a video series that a publisher is doing that I have the same thoughts about, but he just created a discussion about why it doesn't work and what people are looking for in entertainment that was flawless. This one's not book specific, but Haley, if you know Haley Pham, who is a booktuber, she is currently going to 50 states in 50 days with her husband, and they're making content about it. And it has me tuned in every single morning. I literally watch it with my breakfast as soon as I wake up every single day. And I think maybe when the series is over, Haley will have like a video about what she read while they were on the road trip. And I'm really looking forward to maybe that being a thing. Josh did a video reading booktuber favorites, and it started out making me feel not so good because he didn't like one of mine, but then I feel like I redeemed myself with something he did like later in the video. So tune into that. Stories of Creativity, just in general, this is a channel I'm really liking. You should check it out. And then the Libby podcast has a new concept where they literally have 2.5 hour videos, and I am on the panel of influencers who's recommending things every week. So I would highly recommend you go check it out. There's author interviews, there's lots of discussions, and I'm having a great time participating and watching. Now for the community stuff. I want to talk about what the chatter has been about, what we've been up to, any questions that I can answer. I just posted a video where I was wearing this dress and everyone asked me where it was from, and it's from Aerie. So I thought I would let you know, because last quarterly update, someone asked about my frog and toad sweater. This time it was all about this dress. I think it's called the bar dress. Basically, if you ever ask what I'm wearing in a video, 50% of the time it's probably from Aerie. If you've absolutely never shopped from Aerie, I would recommend like the size chart, really pay attention to it, because more often than not, you're gonna wanna size down. This is a size smaller than what I would wear in like any other brand. So though they don't have a whole plus size, like 2X, 3X, 4X situation, they go up to double XL, but I find their double XL fits like a 3X. So hopefully some of you are able to find things that you like from Aerie. There's been a big discussion about the bug vlog, if I should go forth with the bug vlog, and another one came out of the woodwork, and now we're discussing an octopus vlog, and we're trying to figure out as a community if Kraken can be included in that, so leave your thoughts down below. I recently did a bookish taste test on Instagram where I listed all of my favorite things. I made you do a lot of math, and I've been having so much fun looking through everybody's numbers. The fact that you all did the math, the amount of comments on that is wild. So let me pop up the people with the highest numbers, because those are my bookish twins and I love it. Something else I love, I would say I have never had so many book recommendations in one quarter in years. I think that there's been so many moments where I've recommended things over the years that you've hated, or you've recommended me things that I've hated, and sometimes, most of the time, my reading taste doesn't make a lot of sense. So there's been ebbs and flows with people like feeling comfortable recommending me things, I cannot tell you the number of suggestions that I've been getting lately. It's just comment after comment of like, oh, you like this, you should read this. You didn't like this, you should read this. So I am overwhelmed, but I'm taking screenshots of everything, and eventually I'm gonna have to do some recommendation focused vlogs. On my Libby video, I got so many comments about people not knowing the certain things that the app could do. So I'm really happy that I brought some Libby knowledge to you as far as like being able to see different lists and delete them and more pop up, and like how to choose between available now and like ordering by publication date. So I'm really happy to have dropped that knowledge. Knowledge you dropped on me. Let's see. I learned that, in the dragon vlog, I talked about the dragons with 2 appendages. Apparently that's a thing, like lizards have that, and I didn't want to know that, so thank you. I learned that insects, bugs are indeed animals. I was questioning it in a video. Me and my mom weren't totally sure, and the biologists let us know they are indeed animals, so we're never gonna contest that again. I've read The Paper Bag Princess in a video, and I was so confused because I have a memory of it being a bigger book than it was, and I did get confirmation, thank goodness, that I wasn't losing my mind, and I did in fact get like a younger board book version of the longer story. I was indeed informed that a flapper is not from the 1950s, so people were upset about me in the Dress to Impress clips. Thank you so much. Oh, I got a lot of comments on this video where I was filming like on Father's Day or leading up to Father's Day, and I got Rob this book and I accidentally made myself his child, and a lot of people were asking for his reaction to it, and I too was curious. I was gonna film his reaction to it and then I forgot. It was so underwhelming. He had absolutely no reaction to it and acted as if that was chill and normal and intentional. So I don't know what that says about my life. Oh, and then in a recent haul, I asked you why you watch book hauls, and people were really communicative with me and let me know why. And there was a plethora of reasons, but one I didn't actually ever consider was people wanted to live vicariously through me, which is very dangerous of you to say, because it gives me more freedom to buy more books. Because now I'm going to say, well, the people want me to buy so much because they can't or they don't, and I have to do it for the people. For some reason, that's not something that I was considering when I asked. I thought it was more about like, you're interested in me or you want to get recommendations, but no, it's just seeing someone hold up 1 million books. That's the thing, which makes sense because I am like 5 hours away from my closest Crumble cookies, and you know, when I get the opportunity to go to Crumble, I get really excited about it. But since I can't, I do watch other people's weekly reviews of the Crumble cookies, and so I guess I am living vicariously through them, and so now I understand. I got my first comment about having a social media accent, which really threw me for a loop, and I'm sure that it's something like subconscious that I assumed wasn't happening to me, but I notice it so often, especially on TikTok, the way that people talk so differently than if you're actually having a conversation. There's like this cadence, and I don't think that mine is that bad, but it even being commented, oh my God, if it was a lot to take in that day. It's like when people are doing like say someone's doing a day in the life, they'll be like, okay, so today I'm going to the farmer's market and I'm gonna pick up some tomatoes. And I am not going to admit that I have one. I don't have that, don't say that. I also really got a couple of really kind comments about how just hanging out with me as a friend has felt really good lately, and how I always like am including you in conversations and it feels like we're really chatting, and I feel that way too. I'm not talking to myself. Like, I am talking to a person. And I think maybe I need to hang out with people in real life more often, because this is starting to feel like my closest relationship. Maybe because also I have never met so many of you in public, and the amount of people who have said to me in the past 3 months, oh, I follow you on TikTok, instead of, oh, I watch you on YouTube. How did that happen? So to like I think it's been like 10 people that I've met in the last couple months. Thank you for so much for coming up to me in the first place and saying that. But I guess maybe those people aren't even here because they found me on TikTok. People are finding me on TikTok. This is how I felt on Instagram. When I started getting a bigger following on Instagram, I was like, are you people from YouTube? Or are there people who only know me from Instagram and have never seen me speak? Like that is such a confusing thing for me to think about. And now I'm thinking about that with TikTok. So when I meet someone, I'm like, oh, you don't actually know me that well. You've just like seen me and you've seen me list 10 books. You're not here for all of the lore. So I have to interact with you differently. Anyways, that's all the community updates that I have. I don't think I had any other questions that I was supposed to answer, but if I did, I don't know, remind me in the comments and I'll probably respond. I will see you in a couple days with something else, and I would love to know your favorites and least favorites from the quarter, because like we all just need to know. We're all very nosy, and I know based on how many likes and replies other people like have going on in the comments, you're all nosy too, and you want to know everybody's favorites and least favorites. So please share that with the people. Do everyone a service, and I'll see you next time. Bye!